Hello and welcome back to Linus and Chuck, where today we'll be talking about a few different types of nunchucks. In this video, I'll give you a rundown of a few different types of nunchucks and describe to you what they're useful for and what they're not useful for. I hope that I'll be able to show you what types of nunchucks are out there and what might be best for you. The first category of nunchucks is toy nunchucks. These can be picked up at any dollar store for a relatively cheap cost or any toy store, and they're quite readily available. They're also legal pretty much anywhere, but that is about where the pros to these chucks end, because if you have any intention of learning nunchucks, then I would stray far away from these kinds of nunchucks because they're absolutely terrible. The next type of nunchucks is what I would consider the entry level of nunchucks if you actually want to learn nunchucks and not just mess around with a toy. These nunchucks are your foam nunchucks that either have a wooden or a plastic core. These nunchucks are great because they're lightweight, readily available, and they are a lot safer than other types of nunchucks. If you're learning new moves, they're very forgiving and make it easy for you to adapt those moves and become proficient at them so that you can later perform them on other sets of nunchucks that might be less forgiving. So for everyone who has any intention of learning nunchucks, then these make the best entry point because they're cheap, readily available, and forgiving if you mess up. Some of the cons to these chucks is that they're obviously not as high quality or sophisticated as a more premium or more typical nunchuck. They're also not as suitable for things like performances or if you intend on doing more serious things with nunchucks. For those purposes, we have what I would consider to be the mid-level nunchucks, which are wooden or metal nunchucks. These are usually the type you see in movies and are very popular among nunchuck culture. However, these are more difficult to come by because they can be illegal in certain jurisdictions. Therefore, they can be more difficult to obtain and have restrictions in that way. The benefits of a chuck like this, though, is that it is a way more premium chuck that is a lot more durable and will last you very many years. It is also considered the standard of nunchucks because it is what people most typically think of when they think of nunchucks. Some of the downsides to nunchucks like these, though, is that they're not legal in all areas and that they're very heavy and unforgiving. These are a serious weapon, and misusing them can have serious consequences for you and those around you. While there are very many people who start learning nunchucks with a set of wooden or metal nunchucks, I tend to advise people away from this because the risk for injury with a set of wooden or metal nunchucks when you're just starting out is much higher. At the top of the scale, at least in price, we have your specialty and performance nunchucks. This category includes your fire nunchucks, glow nunchucks like these, or your nicer performance nunchucks like these ones. These are usually very expensive nunchucks that have a whole different level of quality and feel to other types of nunchucks. They're purpose-built for the type of performance that they're needed for, and they look really great in a variety of settings. However, they can be very expensive and difficult to learn depending on how extreme of a performance chuck they are. However, if you're really into nunchucks and want to take your spinning to the next level, then this is a great way to do so. However, if you're sitting there and don't want to go out and buy nunchucks, then the DIY category is perfect for you. This is one of my personal favorite categories because you get to make and design your nunchucks however you want using stuff that you might already have laying around. If you want to see a few tutorials on how you can make your own nunchucks, be sure to either click up here or check for the link in the description below. While my videos will only teach you how to make very basic wooden or metal nunchucks, if you want to learn how to make crazy nunchucks like these ones, then I've just the channel for you. These nunchucks, which the creator called Secret Wood Nunchucks, are a wooden nunchuck which is infused with epoxy and gold flake, and they look really sick. They might look cool on camera, but they look even cooler in person. So if you want to learn how to make nunchucks like these, then go check out his channel called Native Son Wood Art by either clicking up here or checking for the link in the description below. He certainly doesn't pay me to say this, but I would highly suggest you go check it out because he makes some really awesome stuff there. So I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials coming in the future, and go check out some of the variety of other nunchuck related tutorials that I have on my channel.